Can you start a clean, fast blog in 2026 without paying for hosting? Yes, you can. And in this video, we're going from an empty folder to this fully working website hosted for free with GitHub Pages. We will install Hugo, create the website, add a few posts, store everything in a GitHub repository, and automatically deploy it using GitHub Actions. And once everything is configured, publishing an update is as simple as pushing your changes to GitHub. At the end, I will also show you how I manage my real website, write my articles inside Obsidian, and use a Python script to prepare them for Hugo. Before we start, here's the complete setup. Hugo takes Markdown files and turns them into a static website. Then we store the project in a GitHub repository. GitHub Actions builds the website whenever we push an update, and GitHub Pages makes the finished website available. There is no database, no WordPress installation, and no monthly hosting bill. We will use the free GitHub Pages address in this video. You can also connect your own domain, and I will cover that in a separate video. You need a GitHub account, but I assume that you already have one. For the setup, I will use the terminal and also VS Code, because in VS Code it's easier to navigate in the different files. Before we can start, we need to install Hugo, Git and Go. So head over to the official website and choose your operating system. I'm here on Linux on Fedora, and if you scroll down, you can find all the instructions for your operating system or distro. I am using Fedora and I already got the command ready in the terminal, so I just need to execute it. Once the installation is complete, we can do a quick check to see if all tools are correctly installed. The first one is Hugo version, the next one would be Git, and the last one is Go version. To get started, we need to head to the directory where we want to create our site. For that, I will change directory to home and my username. And now we ran the command Hugo new site. And now we need the name for the site. In my case, I use demo blog, and we now want the additional option with -- format and YAML. Congratulations, the project got created, and we can now change into it with cd demo blog, and if we do an ls, we can see all the directories and files that got created. A completely new Hugo project does not include a design, so we need a theme. You can find a bunch of themes on the official Hugo site. For this example, I will use the paper mod. If you head over here to demo, you can see there is the paper mod installation guide. Here's everything documented to get started with the theme. There are 4 methods how you can get the theme. I will use the method 2, which is also recommended with the git submodules. So we just copy the command here and paste it in our terminal. But before we can do that, we need to make our directory to a local Git repository. And for that, we can use the command git init. As you can see, initialized empty Git repository, and now we can post the command here, execute it, and now we have the theme in our directory. Now I switch to Visual Studio Code because it's easier to navigate in the files. Just open the folder here and select your directory. On the left side you can see all the directories and files we also saw in the terminal. To tell our Hugo installation that we want to use the papermod theme, we need to open the hugo.yaml file, paste in here the theme with papermod as stated in the documentation. In this file you also have to state the base URL, which I will get to later, the language which we want to use on your website, and also a title. I will call this one here ATL demo blog and hit save. Now we need some posts so we can check them out on the website. For that there are 2 methods. The first one is in the terminal. Here we can use the command Hugo new content and where it should be stored. You want to store your posts in content/posts. I will just create this welcome.md. MD stands for Markdown. If we head over to VS Code, we can see here in content posts there is our welcome.md. Because we generated it with the Hugo command, there are also some things in here like the date, draft and the title. Date is when this post was written or published. Draft is if it should be published or not. So you can work on your posts and keep them on draft true so they won't get published. And when you're ready, you change this one here to false. The title is just the headline of the post. I will change this to my first post and also change the draft to false so we can see it later. Now I will just add a headline here, welcome to my demo blog, and a little bit of text. Now to the second method, how we can create posts is you just head over here in VS Code on the left, click new file. Now you need a name. This I will call second-post.md. You can see we opened our second post and there are no data fields like in the generated one with the Hugo command, but we can just copy this one here, paste it in here and modify it. Also add some text so we can see it in the browser. Now we want to check out the website if everything worked in the setup. For that we head back to the terminal and run the command Hugo server, and in this line here you can see web server is available at HTTP localhost with the port 1313. So let's open our browser and head over to localhost 1313. Here you can see ATL demo blog. That's just what I stated in the title. Here is the first post, here is the second post. The markdown syntax is not correct. I messed it up, so let's just head back and fix this because there is a space needed. If you look in the terminal, now Hugo automatically updated these pages, and if we take a look in the browser, you can see the double pounds or hashtags are gone, and you can see it's a headline now. Now I will just create a few posts so it looks a little bit better with some sample text. After that we get to the GitHub setup.
A few moments later.
I quickly created a few more posts with AI just to have a little bit of markdown to show you guys, and ran Hugo server. If we head back in the browser, you can see here are all the blocks. The first one is the welcome one, a few more examples. But keep in mind, every theme does this differently. This is the paper mode theme now. If you want to do more customization, for example, add a logo or change the colors, make sure to check out the paper mode documentation. If you head to the installation guide and scroll down, there are a bunch of links. For example, the features from this theme. So make sure to check this out so you can really customize the page to your liking and needs. At the end, I will show you my website, which I made with Hugo and the stack theme, so stay tuned. Next up, we will do the GitHub setup. I just logged into my GitHub account, and now we need to create the repository where we push the Hugo site. For that, head over to the plus and say new repository. When creating the repository, keep in mind, if the repository is called your account name.github.io, so in my case, that would be andystaglabdev.github.io, it will be directly available with this URL. But if you use a repository name like demoblock, the site is published at andystaglabdev.github.io/demoblock. So I will just create a repository called demoblock. You can add a description here, but it is not mandatory. The visibility, you need to leave this repository at public. If you create the private repository, you cannot use the free GitHub pages. We don't need a readme, you don't need a git ignore. We will get to that shortly. Inform yourself what license you want to use for this, and now hit create repository. The repository is now created, it is empty. Since we now know the URL, we can head back to VS Code and open the hugo.yaml file, and now we can change the base URL. Make sure there is a trailing slash on the end. Here is an explanation how you can add things to your repository and push them to GitHub. But before we do that, we still need two more files. First one here is the README. The README is just what gets displayed when you open the repository. For example, here on my main repository, I just put in here andystaglab static site repo, so nothing fancy. For that you can use the terminal or just hit new file here and call it readme.md. Just say something like and hit save. As mentioned before, we also need the git ignore file. What does this file do? As it's named, it ignores things. So there are files and directories we don't want to push to the git repository because they're not needed, so we can keep it clean. For that I create now the .gitignore. Here we want to add the Hugo build log and as well the public directory. When we run the Hugo server command, all our markdown files from the posts directory get generated into .html files, which are stored in the public directory. These are the files that are actually the website where you can navigate. We don't want to push the public directory because the public directory gets generated with the GitHub Actions deployment. Before we can start to push all the stuff to the repo, we still need the hugo.yaml file for the deployment. This needs to be stored in .github/workflows. So just grab this one here, create the directory with a subdirectory, workflows, and there we need the file hugo.yaml and paste everything in here. Now we can start to add all our directories and files to the repository. You can use git add to add single files like the readme, or just use git add with a dot. Then you will add everything from the folder to the directory. After that we need to do a commit with a message. There you can say first commit or whatever you just changed. Then we need to specify the branch. This is the main branch. And after that, we need to add our remote, which is our repository we just created. When this is all done, we can do the git push. Then we need to log in and connect our GitHub account to the repository. Here in Visual Studio Code, I open a terminal, just up here, terminal, new terminal. We don't need to do the git init because we already did that. So we start with the git add, and I won't just add the readme. I want to add everything. So I use a dot here. And now we can say git commit with the message that is first commit. Now you see we also need to do the git config with our email address and our username. I executed the two commands, so now we can run the git commit command again, and you can see everything that got added to the local git repository. Now we say git branch dash capital M and main. This is the branch we want to use. Now the remote add origin. This is the URL to the repository. The last thing here is now to do the push with git push -u, and we want to push the origin to the main. There is the pop-up with which prompts us to sign into GitHub. I will do that now in the browser, just follow the instructions. So I logged into GitHub, and as you can see the push worked, but right now I just noticed I had a typo, so I fixed it, but now I need to add it again. Git add. I can just say hugo.yaml, but I will just use the dot for everything. Then we do a second commit, fixed hugo.yaml. We also want to do the git push. Very good. Now we can head over to the browser and check out the repository. Here are our commands, and if we refresh the site, we jump to the repository. All our files are in here. Now we need to configure the GitHub Pages. For that, head over to settings, navigate down here to Pages. Here it says deploy from branch. We don't want it. Change it to GitHub Actions. It saves automatically. If we head over to Actions, there are the two fails because I had the naming wrong. The next time we push into the repository, the GitHub Actions will trigger and build our website. So it is better to change the settings before you push into your repository. But I will just push again, and then let's take a look in the actions here. I did a new push. Now you can see this is my commit message, changed post, and it is orange. It takes a little bit of time, maybe a few minutes. If everything worked, the deployment should be done and we can visit our page. The indicator switched to a green checkmark. Now let's head over to the pages. Here you can see your site is live at andistechlabdev.github.io/demoblog. If you visit that page, you can see everything we just saw before that we created with Hugo. It's also very fast. That's the whole setup. So if you add posts or change something on the website, like the styling or a different theme, you just need to add all your changes to the repository. After that, push them to GitHub. The GitHub Actions will automatically deploy the new version and publish your website. In the settings for the GitHub Pages, you can see there is a point called custom domain. I will show you in a different video how you can connect your GitHub page to your custom domain. This is my real site that I built with Hugo and the stack theme. As you can see, it's a little bit different. I got also the light and dark mode switcher here. On the right side there is a search, the archives for the years, also some tags. So if you want to see something for the SVO8, you can just hit the tag and get everything for the SVO8. If we open the post here, at the beginning there is the YouTube video, and then there is a table of contents with all the stuff, so overview, the upgrade, and some links to printables and so on. On the bottom here there are also related content recommendations, so you can also hop over here to the taco bed fix for the SVO8. That's my static website. It's the same setup as you saw in the video here. Quick look at my workflow. As I mentioned before, I write my posts in Obsidian Notes. I created a site template. This is just a basic template with everything in it, so the title, the date, the draft, and so on. I duplicate this and change the title and everything, and then I start writing the stuff for the blog post. On the left side you can see it in Markdown, and on the right side how it will look on the website. I start my post with the embedded YouTube video here. After that I have the overview, which is a headline. After that a little bit of text and introduction and explanation to the topic. When I use some links, for example for sources, I make them better readable with a word that is the link. You can see it here on the right. And at the end I post the thumbnail I created, because this thumbnail will also be used as a picture on the post. This is the before mentioned Python file. I just state where my notes are, where the attachments are, and the post directory. So basically the script looks in all these directories, copies the notes and the attachment inside of the note into the Hugo post directory. Additionally, I got the YouTube link in the note, and this one needs to be reformatted for a specific syntax so it will work on the blog post. And on the bottom here the thumbnail I post in the notes get converted to a WEP and also copied in the correct directory and renamed. I will post this Python script on the website so you can take a look and grab it and modify it for your needs. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.